artisanal projects, works. Okay? Notice that I'm saying that salesmen are really experts, artists. They have control of the whole thing. They are artisan.
Artigiani e artisti anche.
Artists. Exactly. Really do both. Yeah. Okay. Now, okay. What is a craftsman? Okay. Let's imagine, like about 200 years ago, a shoemaker. Okay. This person who made shoes would go and look for the leather. Would really go physically wherever, and he may even raise animals to make his own leather.
Torniamo indietro 200 anni fa. Se un calzolaio in un paese tipicamente si occupava di andare a scegliere direttamente la pelle della mucca, se non addirittura allevava gli animali per poter usare la pelle.
And then with his tools the same way, he would go and look for the tools or create the tools.
Addirittura si poteva creare i suoi strumenti.
Okay. He would design the shoe, then he would go and cut the leather, prepare the shoe and color it, and then he would go and sell the shoe.
E alla fine, anche avendola prodotta, la scarpa andava anche a venderla sul mercato.
He was in control of the whole process, okay? Just like our salesmen are today. Okay? So, what happened to the shoemakers or the carpenters? I mean, what happened was that the Industrial Revolution came, and then somebody invented the production chain and taught the shoemaker that there was somebody already specializing in doing leather, in doing tools. Okay. So there was somebody making tools, there was somebody making leather, there was somebody making the designs, there was somebody already making just the shoes, and somebody else selling them. Okay? So all of a sudden, what we did was specialize and divide the big task in smaller tasks, okay? And then give those smaller tasks to different people, and they specialize in those tasks.
Quello che è successo con la rivoluzione industriale chiaramente è stato dividere questi grandi progetti e creare delle persone specializzate in singole fasi della produzione.
This is called division of labor.
È la divisione del lavoro.
The concept is the division of labor, very simple, just divide and specialize. Okay? And this simple idea, which probably turned on the light in somebody's room 200 years ago, okay? That broke my line of thought. Okay. This has taken us to an unprecedented capacity of production. After about 100 years of using the production chain and defining the division of labor, the humanity is capable of producing things like never before. Okay? The world is full of junk. It's all full of things. If we want to create plastic glasses, we can create billions of plastic glasses in no time at all. We can produce cars, chains, anything. Thanks to the division of labor and to defining this new structure, we have reached a point where we can produce immensely, tremendously. Okay?
La divisione del lavoro ha portato a una produzione immensa, a avere la possibilità di produrre junk, spazzatura, in quantità molto industriali.
Okay? So, you probably see me coming. Okay? I mean, this isn't nothing new. Division of labor worked for the production chain. So, why don't we just apply division to labor to the sales process? And then we should be able to create sales with just as much abundance as any other thing that we were producing. Okay? And, okay, that sounds like a really logical idea. That was kind of my revelation. And we said, wow, yeah, sure, why don't we do that? You know? The thing is that why are we in the 21st century And why hasn't it been done already? I mean, this isn't something new. I mean, it's not social networking or Facebook. It's something that was already here a long time ago. And the main reason is because it wasn't needed. The sales process, the salesmen are capable, or were capable, of selling more than we could produce. Okay? They would go out one morning and in half an hour sell a whole truckload of shoes, and we have the poor artists in there working on these shoes. Okay? So now, when we can produce that truck of shoes in a little while, is when we start looking at the sales process, because now we need more sales. Okay?
Perché questa rivelazione in realtà è la divisione del lavoro nel processo di vendita. Perché fino ad oggi, nonostante siano 200 anni, voglio dire che c'è questo concetto di divisione del lavoro nel processo di vendita non è ancora stato inventato, non è l'ultima moda, voglio dire, è una cosa antica ormai. E perché giustamente da un certo punto di vista il venditore riesce a produrre il suo prodotto in una maniera più che proporzionale rispetto a quello che le aziende riuscivano a produrre. Quindi in mezz'ora io esco, vendo un camion di scarpe e poi do un mese di lavoro alla mia azienda. Perché quindi emerge adesso questo problema? Per la crisi, perché non ci sono le vendite.
And then there's the obvious resistance to change. Nobody likes to change. That was the same problem the shoemaker had 200 years ago, when they started saying, no, we have to divide the labor, and you're just going to do a small part. He would say, no, I have control of everything. No, don't think, the world is going to end. And so the salesmen are in the same process now. We're trying to get control of their work, and there's, no, I'm fine. Yeah, you are. We are.
Chiaramente c'è una resistenza interna al cambiamento.
Which is the main reason for it doesn't work out on my iPhone, and it doesn't. That's that resistance to just find excuses to not do this kind of work. Okay. This is basically getting the sales funnel that I showed you in the previous definition, and just kind of redistributing the tasks. And in the graph on the bottom, we see a typical salesman day. Okay, what he does. Okay, you see that in appointments, which is the one up on top, business development appointments. I don't know if this works here. This one over here. He spends about 8% of his day really attending clients, in appointments, talking to clients. Okay? And then he spends 12% prospecting, 12% social activities, operation management and clerical, 16%, customer service, which I told you he shouldn't even be. I mean, it's not even part of the sales process. Customer service, and he's doing 24%, and technical stuff, project management. Okay, salesman not only designs the solution and sells the solution, but then he follows through and does the project management. Okay, that's taking 28%. So, the salesperson who should be really selling, just talking to the client and selling, he just does that 8% of his day. Okay?
Se questa è una giornata tipica, in realtà il venditore vende solo per l'8% del suo tempo. Addirittura segue per un 30% gli aspetti tecnici e del progetto. Il customer service, dicevamo, non dovrebbe essere neanche roba sua, e queste sono le ore passate in ufficio.
Okay. So basically this is the funnel, these are the steps, and this is the stuff. So if we could kind of divide these labors, the division is already there. If we could just put different people specializing in each of those tasks, okay, and get the salesperson to do, instead of 8%, 100% of his time just doing sales, okay, then we could probably put this into a production kind of chain kind of structure and increment our sales significantly, okay, which can not only increment them but also control the sales process, okay. So how would I go? How would the this what I'm doing right now is sales process engineering. Okay, ingeniería Okay?
E riscrivere, ridefinire il processo di vendita è l'ingegnerizzazione, è sales process engineering.
This is not my idea. Okay, this is there are very intelligent people out there doing sales process engineering and telling us about their ideas. What I'm going to do now is just one of the many solutions that can be applied to this. Okay, one that was taught to me. Okay, but there are many more, and there are probably even more that haven't been invented.
Non è tutta farina del suo sacco, ci sono delle tecniche, quello che andrà a presentare adesso non è necessariamente la perfezione, è una proposta riguardo alla reingegnerizzazione del processo di vendita.
Obviously, okay, this is the only way to do division of labor is because we need to standardize each process, which isn't easy task, especially when you're selling, because it's a human-to-human process, okay, step. And we need scheduling. We need to be able to say, we're going to spend so much time to get something in this part of the production chain and get it out of the other one, okay? We have to put the sales under control, have an idea of the throughput that this process is going to have, okay?
Abbiamo bisogno di standardizzazione. E non è semplice perché è un processo umano, il nostro venditore è sempre davanti a una persona e abbiamo bisogno di monitorare i tempi.
This is the solution I'm going to propose is based on theory of constraints. Okay? Theory of constraints is an industrial engineering process that applies to the production chain in general, and it's to make us capable of producing more. Okay?
Sì, questo approccio deriva dalla teoria dei constraint, quindi dei vincoli, è un approccio sulla produzione.
Okay, so if you have a production problem in your company, okay, then not a sales process, but you can't produce enough shoes. Okay, you can apply theory of constraints. Because you go into the division of labor, the steps, you find the step that is constraining the process, the one that is at 100%, which is the one that's blocking the whole thing, and you act on that precise step. Okay? You optimize that one, and the rest will adapt.
Se abbiamo un problema nella catena di produzione, cioè non riusciamo a produrre più di tot scarpe, andiamo a dividere il processo e andremo a cercare quel particolare step che sta facendo da collo di bottiglia per tutto il resto.
It's a very simple idea, but very powerful, and not just in the industrial product chain. I mean, it can be applied in your life. If you're not studying enough, if you're not happy enough, you're not, or anything in general, find the constraint. Find what is blocking you. Okay? And act on that. Don't worry about the other 600 things that are bothering you. Just find the constraint and act on that. The others will rearrange.
È una teoria che può essere applicata non solo alla produzione in sé, addirittura alla propria vita. Avete un problema, cioè capite che c'è qualcosa che non va, non siete felici. Non bisogna andare a colpire indistintamente le 600 cause o concause che possono portarci a essere infelici. Si va e si trova la prima causa e si agisce solo su quello. Le altre si adatteranno di conseguenza.
Okay? And anything, I mean, in business problems, in any kind of, or negotiation problems, anything. It's a very simple and powerful idea. Okay? In this case, since we're re-engineering, okay, we have a process that's totally broken and it's useless.